When the lights go out, your greatest danger will not come from strangers outside, but from those who live nearby. People who now seem friendly may act out of pure despair. Surprisingly, the objects we take for granted every day can become the most desirable during a power outage. Therefore, it is extremely important to know what to protect first. Today, I will tell you about 10 everyday items worth safeguarding at all costs before darkness arrives, so you stay one step ahead and avoid unpleasant surprises. This video is intended solely for educational purposes. The recommendations concern general preparation and safety, not intended to frighten or predict events. The first item is food. It becomes a valuable commodity overnight. After the collapse, supermarkets are emptied in just 3 days, and if the electricity goes out, meat, dairy, and frozen products spoil quickly. Suddenly, what was once discarded becomes a true treasure, and every loaf of bread, every jar, is more important than ever. The story reminds us of this in a brutal way. During the siege of Leningrad, the lack of food turned neighbors into rivals, fighting for every tiny crumb. Today, having well-organized supplies is not only a matter of nutrition, but also a way to protect oneself and maintain control over one's environment. Food provides strength, and those who can manage it can become key figures in a community struggling for survival. Therefore, strategy is crucial. Store, update, and conceal your supplies. Use them rationally and avoid unnecessary attention. Food will become currency, influence, and above all, a means of survival. During a blackout or collapse, neither gadgets nor money will ensure your safety. It is planning, caution, and of course, every can of tuna, carefully protected. Survival begins in your pantry. The second item is vinegar. While everyone rushes to supermarkets in search of canned beans or peanut butter, they overlook the quiet hero of survival: vinegar. This is not just a fuel station, but a multifunctional ally that can save you in unexpected situations. A preservative, cleaner, and improvised medicine. This bottle in your pantry is worth more than you can imagine. In a world without electricity and refrigerators, vinegar becomes your food preservative. You can pickle vegetables, eggs, or even meat to preserve them for months, and in some cases, years. Ancient armies survived entire winters thanks to it. Moreover, its disinfecting properties are impressive. It destroys bacteria, mold, and unpleasant odors without complex chemicals, which can be vital when everything around begins to decay. But the most amazing thing is its application in first aid. A simple mixture can relieve insect bites, clean wounds, soothe a sore throat, or even be used for gentle ear rinses. This jar, which seems ordinary in your kitchen, is actually a liquid first aid kit, and its true usefulness reveals itself when everyone else is in a panic. The key to success lies in storing supplies wisely. Reusable bottles, storage jars, or any safe containers are what you need. One should not boast about their supplies or recipes for marinades, as caution can save in difficult times. Keep white vinegar, distilled or dried, as 1 gallon of well-preserved vinegar can be a crucial factor in maintaining your health and preventing trouble. Article 8. The lighting system. In everyday life, a flashlight is often forgotten in a drawer until darkness catches up with us. However, during a power outage, it becomes much more important than just a source of light. It can reveal your location to those nearby. This seemingly innocent light can attract unwanted attention, and what began as a useful tool turns into a sign of your readiness that others may notice or try to use. Therefore, it is not only about having lanterns, but also about how to use them wisely. Rechargeable lanterns, preferably with solar panels, with red light filters or low brightness, can be crucial in maintaining silence or attracting attention. Different types of lanterns serve various functions: small and inconspicuous for careful movement, tactical for safety, and headlamps for hands-free work. It is also important to have a variety of energy sources. Rechargeable batteries, hand generators, or solar panels will help you stay prepared while others struggle for light. Moreover, lanterns uphold morale. In the dark, fear quickly grows and can affect the tranquility of any home. A simple light source provides a sense of control and calm, and in certain situations, it can be more valuable than food or water. Therefore, protecting and wisely using them is as important as any other emergency resource. After all, remember that a flashlight can be both a symbol of hope and a source of temptation. Do not leave them in sight. Keep them in boxes, pockets, or empty books. In hard times, a work flashlight can be worth a week's supplies, and moreover, ensure the safety and confidence of your family. Treat them as treasures, for in the dark, light not only shows the way, but also saves. Article 7. Coffee. Imagine a world without coffee. Not just offices would close. Millions of people face the morning hours, suffering from insomnia, headaches, and extreme dissatisfaction. Caffeine is not just a pleasure. it is a daily savior for millions. The sudden deprivation of this substance can turn calm neighbors into desperate people searching for their fix. Coffee, in crisis conditions, becomes a valuable and scarce commodity, almost like a secret treasure. Throughout history, coffee has been more than just a drink. During World War II, soldiers considered it their ally, helping to maintain energy and morale. In a world where power outages and resource shortages prevail, a hot cup of coffee not only awakens but also brings comfort and clarity of mind. This fuel is for both the body and the mind, and its value goes beyond the physical. Protecting your coffee becomes a key point. Vacuum-packed grains, instant coffee, or even properly stored green beans can last for many years. Only grind the amount you need. Store supplies in airtight containers and, if possible, hide the scent. Its smell attracts curiosity and can reveal your wealth. Discretion will be your best ally. And don't forget that coffee is not just for you. In difficult times, coffee becomes a valuable commodity for trade. A few spoons can be exchanged for food, water, or help. In a world without comforts, a cup of coffee can be the difference between despair and calm. And understanding its value can give you an edge over those struggling for survival. Matches and lighters. What would you put in your pocket if everything suddenly went dark? Fire is not a luxury. It warms, cooks, purifies water, and ensures safety. Forget survival scenes where people tear sticks until they bleed. In real life, when cold and nerves take over, you need something that works the first time. Good matches and reliable lighters. Do not underestimate their small size and quick depletion. A lighter may fail, and a box of matches may get wet. Therefore, the rule is simple. Duplication and caution. Have several types. Lighters, waterproof matches, long matches. Keep them in different hiding places. One should be accessible for everyday use, and others sealed for emergencies. Check their condition from time to time so you don't find them useless when you need them the most. Preserve your supplies just as you would any valuable resource. Hide them in inconspicuous places, old shoe boxes, inner seams of jackets, clean jars, and distribute the amount so that one theft does not leave you without resources. And remember the smoke. Cooking over an open fire reveals your location. Cook over a low flame. Use pots that minimize smoke and avoid bonfires that can be seen from miles away. Finally, remember the human aspect. These items will become currency and a link between people. A lighter can be exchanged for food, help, or protection, but it can also make you a target, and others will know that you have it. Take care of them, use responsibly, and maintain calm. A well-managed fire not only provides warmth, but also sustains civilization. What do you already have from this? Write in the comments. Article 5. Soap. When we think of survival, we often imagine food, water, or batteries, but there is one quiet hero that almost always goes unnoticed. Soap. History confirms this. During the Civil War in the United States, more soldiers died from infections than from bullets. Hygiene is not a luxury, but a matter of life and death. In the conditions of collapse, a piece of soap can become the decisive factor between illness and health. When water is polluted and garbage accumulates, diseases spread like wildfire. Dysentery, rashes, and lice appear quickly, and suddenly soap becomes your best defense. It not only cleans and disinfects wounds, but also repels insects and helps in everyday tasks, such as lubricating locks or tools. Soap is also valuable beyond personal hygiene. A small amount of soapy water can save your crops from aphids. In economic crises like in Venezuela, hygiene products become real currencies. Having soap on hand means having liquid gold. It can be exchanged for food or services and to protect your family. Therefore, it is important to safeguard and distribute it strategically. Store some pieces in airtight containers, mix others with cleaning agents, and do not show your stockpiling to others. As soon as the soap disappears, diseases will not be long in coming. In critical moments, caring about soap is caring about civilization itself. When it comes to garbage bags, you probably only picture their use for throwing away waste, right? But in a situation of urgent necessity, these simple plastic sheets can become your best helpers. They not only hold waste, but also help maintain sanitary conditions, protect important items, and can even serve as a temporary solution when services are down. In critical moments, what seems ordinary can become an invaluable resource for survival. Historically, a lack of waste management has led to serious consequences. Imagine what was happening in London in the 19th century during disease outbreaks like cholera. Tons of garbage piled up, diseases spread, and lives were lost. Today, having sturdy garbage bags prevents a healthcare disaster in your home, protecting your family from invisible risks that no one thinks about until it's too late. A large garbage bag can become an improvised toilet, raincoat, emergency water collector, or even a solar distiller for purifying water. Filled with leaves or earth, they become insulators or protective bags. And most importantly, they are silent and inconspicuous. Unlike the noisy generator, no one will suspect their presence until they see the results. Therefore, strategic storage of your supplies can be crucial when everything around starts to collapse. Do not underestimate what seems like simple plastic bags. When supermarkets are emptied and neighbors fall into panic, these bags can become such a valuable resource that someone will try to acquire them by any means. Keep them safe, hide them well, and think of them as an invisible insurance. For in emergencies, hygiene and prevention become a matter of life and death. Article 3. Toilet paper. When we think of toilet paper, we often associate it with comfort and cleanliness, with something taken for granted. But imagine a prolonged power outage or water supply interruption. Suddenly, this role, which seemed insignificant, turns into a lifebuoy. It may seem funny, but the situation is serious. Without toilet paper, hygiene and public health are at risk. During the supply crisis in 2020, sales surged, giving us insight into what might happen in the event of a real collapse. Toilet paper ceases to be just a luxury in the bathroom and becomes a critically important resource. Without it, people start using newspapers, rags, or leaves, leading to clogs, pollution, and outbreaks of disease. Having reserves is not a sign of vanity. It is health, it is safety, it maintains morale and dignity when everything around becomes chaotic. But it serves not only for cleansing. During social collapses, such as in Venezuela in 2016, rolls were used as currency. They can be used for kindling a fire, stuffing shoes, making bandages, or even for trade. The main thing is to store them properly. Don't leave piles of packaging in sight. Divide them, packing in vacuum bags, and hide in different places, from attics to barns, to always have reliable supplies. In conclusion, prepare alternatives. Wet wipes, disposable diapers, and reusable cloths can help extend supplies. In survival conditions, hygiene and comfort hold as much value as food, as they support morale and protect your health. One roll of toilet paper in a world without electricity can become one of the most valuable resources in your home. Article 2. Spices. Imagine for a moment that these small spice bottles in your kitchen are not just seasonings, but real treasures. For centuries, entire empires fought and embarked on journeys for pepper, cinnamon, and cloves. A pinch could turn even a humble meal into a dish worthy of kings. Today, they seem like a luxury, but in extreme conditions, bland rice or boring legumes can become more acceptable because of them. In the event of a collapse, your neighbors will quickly understand who possesses the desired resources. It's not just about adding flavor to food. Turmeric, ginger, cinnamon, and garlic are powerful allies for health with antibacterial, anti-inflammatory, and immune-boosting properties. And let us not forget about salt, which not only enhances flavor but also preserves food, cleans wounds, and was even used as currency. The word salary comes from this. But simply having spices is not enough. They need to be protected. Diversify your stocks. Store some in large packages and others in small containers hidden in different places. Store everything airtight and label packages wisely, even mixing products with other everyday items. Use spices wisely. Save them so they last for years. For a pinch of pepper or cinnamon may be worth more than its weight in gold. And remember, in survival conditions, taste is not just a pleasure. It is a moral. Satisfactory food supports hope, unites families, and makes you a valuable ally in the community. If your beans are tastier than your neighbors, soon everyone will want to learn from you, and this can be as powerful as any survival strategy. Before revealing the most important advice, share this information in your groups to reach more people. The first point is candles. We are so accustomed to electricity that we rarely think about simple things until the light goes out. Candles are not just a holiday attribute. They represent an ancient technology that performs 3 important functions in a crisis: lighting, heating, and calming the mind. One small light can turn a terrifying night into a space of control and safety. Light not only helps to move around, but also gathers the family, reducing the fear that only intensifies in the dark. When darkness envelops, it affects both practically and emotionally. It disorients, increases risks, and evokes a sense of vulnerability. A well-placed candle allows for safe movement and calmness, but the problem is that candles burn quickly and, being small and portable, are easy prey for thieves. Making candles at home requires wax, wicks, and molds, which not everyone has, so relying solely on a few purchased ones can be dangerous at the most needed moment. Therefore, it is important to know how to choose the right candles. protect your supplies, and understand sustainable alternatives such as lanterns, oils, or long-lasting candles. With the right resources and a few simple techniques for making homemade candles, you can be sure to have light and warmth even when everything else fails. Understanding this is not just a survival practice, it is a way to maintain calm, care for family, and feel safe in the face of uncertainty. This knowledge can play a crucial role during a prolonged power outage. One well-used flame is worth more than an entire box of candles in chaos, and the ability to manage it is a small step toward calmness and control in potentially frightening situations. Remember, this video is educational and not intended to scare or incite violence. The advice is given solely for general preparedness and safety.